Jana, thanks. Maple sugar makers have already started collecting their maple for the new season. Western Mass News reporter Taylor Smith stopped by a local business to find out how this year is going so far.
Now, maple syrup season is in full swing and many sugar makers are already beginning the process.
This year was not the traditional year we've had for the last 10 years. We've been warmer than usual. This year it was colder than usual, but we didn't want to miss some of the first runs, so a lot of us set 2 weeks ago, and then basically nothing happened until yesterday.
Steve Holt, who is the owner of Steve's Sugar Shack, says there isn't a specific date for the end of syrup making season. Holt tells us making syrup is weather dependent and it will run as long as weather conditions cooperate.
There was a little sap yesterday, but not a lot. We're always looking for that 25 degrees at night, 45 degrees in the day with sun. That's what makes saps run in the spring. That is the trees waking up from the winter dormancy.
Holt began making maple syrup when he was just 12 years old and is well equipped to all of the ins and outs of the maple syrup industry at this point in his life. He says collecting sap in the coming weeks will be crucial for producing their various maple products, and they have more than enough trees tapped already to meet their supply demand.
I have 1,200 tapped right now. I have 950 on pipeline where it goes from tree to tree to tree to a single tank. I don't have just one setup. I have a lot of different places, so I have 7 places with pipeline, and I have 3 locations where buckets. I have about 130 buckets where I have to go to the tree with pails, open up the cover, to dump the sap into the pails and carry it to my truck, which I gather the sap in. Then we bring it back here and put it all in one tank, then I can start to boil.
While it takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup, Holt says they use about 10 gallons of maple syrup a weekend. They need approximately 400 gallons to tap to start, and it will take them about 3 hours to boil. But if they have 4,000 gallons like they had last year, it could take all night.
When we went out to set these trees, it was bitter cold. It was about 10 to 15 degrees when we were setting the trees. We didn't have this last 2 storms on it, so we were in about 6 to 8 inches of snow walking through the woods setting the trees. You have to be an outdoor person to do sugaring because you're out there in all the weather.
Now, if you're interested in getting your hands on some of that sweetness, Steve's Sugar Shack will be open for the next 6 weekends. Breakfast will be served Saturday and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and they will have their fresh, pure maple syrup products available. Reporting in West Hampton, Taylor Smith, Western Mass News.
And also, March is Maple Month here in the Bay State, so right now